Now again, we cannot return until we go and get the souls. So I think we're good. So we need to head to Khan's Heart. If we're going to head to Khan's Heart, you should argue that we should go to Port Carnelian and get some coffee, but our hold is quite full, and that would make it a very, very long trip. Yeah, there's Port Carnelian all the way down there, so we'd have to go all the way down there, and then all the way up to Khan's Heart. And we want to go to Mount Palmerston with the crate of regular souls that we're carrying for the devil in a tea dress. Doesn't sound good when I say it out loud, but it is what we're doing. Yeah, that Port Carnelian is a very long way out of the way of all the rest of that. So we'll do that at some point because we really want to get the submarine too. And the other problem is we just do not have much hold space to buy coffee. Holy crap, we have enough to create the shrine to stone. Oh yeah, because that needed a captivating treasure and we have it. I was gonna write it into the will, but yeah, if we have enough to create that shrine to stone, we'd better do it because it's part of our goal. It's gonna be 7 of our secrets, but that's okay. It'll increase our hearts by 7. A glittering shrine. You labor on the shrine for a night and day and a night, following the prescribed patterns with care. Stone likes beautiful things. Stone likes light, so the stories go. Of course, Stone, if she even exists, is a shining mountain 1,000 miles to the south. But your shrine is pretty. And it goes to the auxiliary slot, I think, which means giving up the We Are Clay. And I think the We Are Clay is better than 7 hearts. So, but we do get like the 7 increase initially. If we really needed hearts for a challenge, I might swap it in and out if possible. All right, I think we're good to leave. It's just, am I going to Port Carnelian or not? We could also swing by Visage. Might be interesting to go in there again and maybe do more stuff. I'm going to be really nervous until we get this smuggling operation done. So we're just gonna go do that. And at the last port before we come into London, which is probably going to be Hunter's Keep. I'm not going to dick with Hunter's Keep right now. But we'll probably visit it on the way back in. And when we stop there, or we'll stop at the lightship, just one of these nearby little places that's technically a port where you can swap officers, I need to make sure that we have maximum veils. I mean, I think we nearly do. The only one that's slightly better is the other engineer for a boost of 2, which probably wouldn't be enough to matter. Probably. Let's get some fragments. And a Z-star. We need them. Okay, now it's seen us. Taking a hit. Okay, an island called Crab Cake. We can't land at that island, for anyone curious, but it exists. Oh, Pig Mode Isle. Yeah, it's just somehow we technically hadn't discovered it. I'm like, well, I know we've been here, but I guess we just saw the dock and there was a bit that we technically hadn't seen. Okay, we're compiling a report. Captain Whiskers, the Admiralty calls you, so you've heard. At least they pay to laugh at your reports, because they do not believe a word of this. Alright, well, let's see if we can help them solve a dilemma. Dilemma? Words. An aide runs over. Hairless advisor. You return to aid us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. The aide takes you deep into the chicken woods. A terrible state of affairs, hairless advisor. Our young pups turn from our traditions to new and foreign ways. He shudders as he points to something in the middle of the clearing. A crudely made jackal mask sits in a circle of sticks, a head of scintillac carefully placed in each eye. I mean, typically I'm inclined to say tolerate it. But because there's no challenge attached to that, and there is a challenge attached to this, I'm inclined to say that the game would punish me for that. I'm gonna go with the tolerance option and just see what the game does, I guess. Patience. The aide examines the mask. He takes an experimental bite, then shivers. As you say, hairless advisor, we will turn a blind eye for now. Though I fear for our future. How can our pups hope to defend our shore if their hearts lie away from our culture? So, gained 1 spirit, lost 1 might. Gained 50 fragments. Alright, collecting the card. Okay, they actually, yeah, they have human souls here for just a little bit cheaper, so that is definitely something to remember, but it's only by like 6 echoes, so it's really not a big deal if I end up just buying them in London because they're more convenient. You can also get captivating treasures here. Okay, good to know. We need outlandish artifacts for one of the shrines, like one of the things we need to make. I'll double check that because that's a lot of money to invest if we end up not needing them. But definitely something to remember. There's a lot of weird stuff here. Just a little bit, but we'll swap you in for a moment. I'm going to attempt to play chess. Also, out of curiosity, if I speak to you... No, you still just increase hearts. Like, I don't think any officers increase pages. That's one of the reasons why I went with poet, because trying to increase it is just a nightmare. Okay, we got another game of chess. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate, he says helplessly. We gained more pages and a lot of fragments. Down to a 46% chance if we keep trying. I may. At the very least, I kind of want to see how bad it is if you fail. Gathering scintillac is still a no-go. It's only 30%, and even if I adjust officers, it's not going to be anywhere near high enough to be worthwhile. In amber. Some disturbance of the undersea has brought sunken ruins up out of the water, but these stones were lost beneath more than the sea. They are half encased in a smooth, translucent orange substance, like amber. Even as you watch the ruins groan and shiver, the convulsions that brought them up will soon take them below again. Chip some of the amber away to sell. It's very like the deep amber sold in London. The stuff the squid-faced rubbery men exude. This may be a good haul. Examine the ruins. The amber encasing the ancient stones has cracked under the grinding pressures of the earth. You could scramble in and examine them. Well, we have a 100% chance of doing that, so we're gonna. Of their bones. You squeeze through the fissures in the amber shell and to explore the ruins within. The dwellings are low and windowless, thick-walled, flat-roofed, like those in desert countries. Nothing like anything in the Neath. You find shattered pots, glass beads, and bones, all mired in amber. Something wrong about these bones, one of your sailors mutters uneasily, a seasoned woman with a little surgeon's training. She's right. The shape of the skull is not precisely human. The arm's bones have splayed out like twigs off a branch. Another exclaims as he finds the bones of a small animal, coiled together like a knot of serpents. Shapelings, someone hisses. You think that's what they say, but none of your crew will admit to speaking. There's a rumbling from below. You all scramble desperately for the exits in the amber casing, squeezing through one by one just in time. The amber snaps shut and the ruins sink again beneath the waves with a tremendous roar of foam. So basically we just got 20 fragments from all of that. That's strangeness. We're going to try to play chess again. And it's a 46% chance. And if we fail it, well, then we at least see what happens when we fail. Okay, this is what happens when you fail. You gain 11 fragments and you gain 5 terror. So as long as you don't run the terror up too much, you'll probably be okay. I think what I'll do is I'll run it until we're close to 30 terror. A distraction. You don't often look at chess pieces, not really look. The bishops with their hooks, the knight with its mane and teeth, the kin and the cream, white mingled with red, the roots that pin the corner of the board down to keep you safe from your opponent. You lift a paw to toy with it, touch its velvety pads. Checkmate, your opponent says. Look too closely, did we? You need to be careful with Scintillac chess sets. Her face is blank and white as the dome of a chess pawn. Get out, get back to the ship until the waking dream of the quarrel clears. I'm gonna try again. Got it. And it's the same as last time. Okay, now it's changed. Chess. The chess players watch you carefully. An extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, Pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a mired bishop, indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. First, what does chess do? No one. One tells you. No, there's only one left who will play against you. You'll need an extra move to find it. So yeah, we have to go this way now. A stronger silver. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Irregular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards. The pulse of the principles. Silvery light fills the cave, dripping from the walls. It condenses to pools of whitish fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sound fills the cave, strong and slow, like the long beating of a heart. On a square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishops, the corner roots, the kin, and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers its name. Move a paw, the cat's paw perhaps, or the skin's paw. This is a safe move. Move a knight. The knights are fanged like lions. A touch will wound you. This is an aggressive move. Or leave. This is not a place to be. Well, we need 3 wounds for it to actually take us out, so move a knight. Oh, the cavern breathes around you. That was piquant. Thank you. Thank you are. It distracts from the pains of dissolution but I want to dissolve. Will you help me? Sleep will not enough. I desire no dreams. Will you help? We've gained a wound. At 3, it'll take us out. And you can heal them by resting at your house. They're not permanent. We gained 2 iron, which is, I think, the first increase to our actual base iron. All of the rest of that's just from the officers. Yeah, offer assistance with dissolution. In the flow of air through the cavern, you hear the voice of the principals, languorously pleading. I offer an assistant, it flutes. And Scintillac. You enjoy Scintillac, aren't you? A rubbery man rises from a cyst in the floor. An iridescent cicatrice crosses its face. Even in this flood of silvery light, it pulses like a fevered moon. It shuffles closer. Schalt flyins, it wheezes, unprecedented, a rubbery capable of human speech, in however debased and pitiful a mode. My emissary, the cave whispers, treat it gently. The whisper follows you back up the steps. Take it to the salt lions. Okay. Yep, This got weird. Okay, well, the salt lions are not happening right now, but the next time we head south, we will do that. In the meantime, I'm kind of wanting to see what the Z-Bat found up there. Cut up through here. Possibly stop by Frostfound and Irem. And then, out to Mount Palmerston, out to get a bunch of port reports, and then back to London. We've done this loop a few times. And once we get past the Moray Eels, it should generally be pretty safe. Yay, Vales. The Sea of Lilies. I feel like this is usually a little further south, but alright. It's not a place I'm super familiar with, so I could be wrong there. Didn't we need to get someone from here? Wisdom. Nupmit built this place as a prison for the Khanate. Yes. Well, we're compiling a report. Oh, that's a lot of echoes to get it out that way. Or, an 18% chance with Vales. Okay, we'll increase our Vales and come back to that. We'll increase our Vales a lot and come back to that. Because I get the feeling failure for that is nasty. Well, may as well visit the Chelonate too. Although there can be some nasty Z creatures out this way. Yeah, like that one. That just appeared in front of our face. Yep, nope, never mind. Let's buy some strange catches and take it down to Venderblight, to the restaurant there. Yeah, we can't even get in Frostbound yet, no matter how much we fortify our mirrors. We have to actually increase it. And I'm pretty sure that prisoner was for the Serpentine engine, which is also why we need to get into Frostbound. So there's not a whole lot of... We need to increase mirrors and veils, and oh me, oh my. Let's see, go up the crater before I forget. We brought souls. Do you happen to have a case of souls for me? No, I'm not going to eat them. We don't eat souls, usually. I'm not clear how that story got around. I told you that I miss London. I miss hell. I'd like a keepsake, and all souls are ours, by right. Watchful and clinking. The Deviless lifts the lid of the crate. The The light from the souls within illuminates her face. She stares at them for a long moment, and then tears begin to roll silently down her face. "Thank you," she says. "I've missed them so." One of her tears lands on the wood of the crate, which begins to smoke. "Let me tell you something very special." She whispers it in your ear. Her breath smells like hot stone. "But you should go now. Thank you. Come back soon." Okay, so crate of souls for a secret. Yeah, okay, I'll bring you more. Don't know if it'll be the same trade each time, but it's worth a shot. Alright, we're going to explore Wither again. Yep, okay, the guy with the street food again. Let's try the shredded jellyfish again. And we have a slightly higher chance now because our hearts has gone up. Nope, didn't get it that time. Let's see. While we're here, we need Muter Salt, which is going to be 5 of our Z stories. There, we now have it. Now that we do, let's talk to the cook and dine with the... no, my captain. You shall dine with me. Yeah, we have the spare supplies. Go for it. Your companion barely eats. He has to cut the fish into tiny morsels to squeeze it through the gap in his bandages. Soon the cloth is stained with sauce. He throws down his fork. "Look at me. I am not at my best, no? Believe me, your appetite would not be so strong if I removed my bandages. How long before my fingers fail, or my tongue pickles?" He swirls his wine. "Captain, a request. I have cooked for barons and bishops, the Khan, the Empress, but there is one for whom I have not cooked, a creature of singular and achromatic tastes. I want to make him marvel. The chef's art is alchemy, and this would be my philosopher's stone, my immortality. Will you aid me? Bring your chef and strange catches and live specimens to further his research." Okay, bring him those things to further his research. Okay. Hand over a strange catch for his culinary masterpiece. "Hello, little fellow. Let us see what delights you hold." His filleting knife gleams. This is a matter of luck. He will need at least 2 useful ingredients. Promise. He tastes a morsel on the tip of his knife and shudders. An exquisite find, my captain. Like a devil's lips searing. Probably fatal, but utterly worth the risk. Okay, we're going to hand over another one. Let's see if we get lucky. Disappointment. Alas, too ordinary. The flesh goes onto his shipboard and Athanor stove, an edifice of his own invention that combines the functions of roasting and refinement. Steam rises. The crew lick their lips. Okay, so we lose some hunger, though, even when he fails. So I'm going to wait till the crew is hungry again, and then we'll hand him more. Crawling stars again. Let's see what happens. We have failed that, like, I think 3 of the 4 times we've gotten it. 50-50 my backside. We can give them stuff here, but I think I'm going to keep them for our officer for now. But we are going to sample today's special. A meal which defies description. The bandaged poisonaire, owner of the Vengeance of Jonah, has identified 7 flavors which are pleasant, 7 which are unpleasant, and 7 which are neither. The flavors of this meal are chiefly of the first kind. Yeah, I'm still not very impressed with that, even if it, like, reduced more hunger than that, which it probably does. That's still only 5 terror for 60 echoes. I think I'm going to quit doing that. I think the primary benefit of going there is to either hand them strange catches or, you know, getting the cook. Let's explore Vendor Blight. In unorthodox technology, sweeter scents draw you into a shop which sells candles, lilac, lavender, honey. You fall into a discussion of their manufacture with the shopkeeper. Yes, she says, proudly displaying her missing arm, we render ourselves to good end. Oh, don't look like that. Our fats are of a finer quality than any other, and we grow tired of our bodies down here. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm leaving now. We got 4 supplies from that little ship. Wow. Thank you, game. Definitely needed those. Otherwise, I was looking at having to buy supplies in London for the first time in quite a while. Alright, we can try to poke around at the Hunter's Keep a little bit, and I want to swap officers to have maximum veils anyway. I'm debating whether to increase our veils a little bit, just in case the revenue men decide to show up at the worst possible time. It's looking like we're gonna need more of it anyway. Yeah. Okay. So the only one of you that gives more veils, I think, than who we currently have appointed. When did we get you? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, in Port Cecil. So, hearts plus 4, pages plus 2, mirrors plus 2. Versus hearts plus 6, pages plus 3. Yeah, okay, unless I need mirrors, I'm gonna keep the cook that we have. Yeah, you're the only one with more veils, so we're gonna put you in for now. We're also going to talk to you about increasing our veils a little bit. How many secrets do we have? 12? Okay, we'll use 5. Bringing our total veils with bonuses to 61. So I'm trying to keep enough secrets that if we happen to get what we needed to build another one of those shrines, which is 7, that we'd be able to do it. So we're gonna go with that. Gonna try to catch her in a net again, I guess. Or do I need to try to coax her down? Like, catching her in a net doesn't seem to result in anything good. Are any officers better at hearts? Hearts plus 6. Versus hearts plus 6, so it's the same. Hearts plus 4 versus hearts plus 6, so yeah, no, we have the best loadout for that we could possibly have. Let's try to coax her down, 49% chance. What do maids eat? The diet of domestic servants is a mystery to you. Of traumatized ceiling-clinging maids who may not even be human, still less so. You offer her milk, bread, wine, ship's biscuits. She shakes her head and cries like a wounded fox. Gonna keep trying. Down she comes. You try to question her. Those poor sailors, she spits. You realize in all the time you spent at Hunter's Keep she had never spoken. The poor sailors. I didn't come here for this. Damn them to the well. She's finished the meat. She returns to the ceiling in a single bound. The house on Hunter's Keep is aflame. And we gained 50 fragments. Okay, why is it on fire? Later, you are certain that the fire began in the turret behind the house, but it spreads quickly. Sailors tumble, choking from the door as the smoke billows out. The yellow-eyed maid leaps from a window and streaks across the lawn on all fours. All we can do is watch. The death of Hunter's Keep. Flames lick about the gables. The spine of the house breaks with a roar as the roof falls in. Sparks fly up towards the false stars so far above. The death of the house takes hours, but it is total. Only a cindered shell remains. We now have a port report. Keep's end. Hunter's Keep in ruins. The lawns are weedy meadows walked by the wind. The gravel paths have sunk to mud. The house is a jumble of charred stones and timbers. We can pick over the ruins of the house and we can excavate the cellar. Right, the mechanic says. That's a problem. The pool we need is down there. He points to the ruins. I'm afraid we'll need to do some digging. So the requirements on it have changed. Now, instead of having to appease the sisters, we need a set of foxfire candles. Okay, good to know, but it's still possible. Pick over the ruins of the great house. Fungus and cavern vines are already reclaiming the masonry. a presence in the ruins. No one has come to reclaim Hunter's Keep, despite its proximity to London. Here's one, a porcelain heart, untouched by flames. The place has an eerie reputation. One of your sailors cocks an ear. You look, questioning. I thought, she says, for a moment I thought I heard a woman singing. We found an outlandish artifact. We're going to look at the ruins one more time. Tumbled stones, the garden unwinding gently into disorder, week on week. Nothing more. Okay, so maybe more will happen with that later, but if not, we can at least excavate the place if we need to get more angry dream snakes. Okay, inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. So they don't look for many things. They don't look for the contraband that we're carrying. They look for firkins of red honey, which we haven't even gone to the place that... yes, I did run a red honey smuggler at one point and vaguely remember how to do it. Good God, I would kick our veils through the roof before we tried. But it's extremely lucrative, as you might expect. But yeah, we don't have any red honey or anything like that. Because yeah, if you have something, your only option is to pay them 500 echoes, which, oh me, oh my. But if you're trading in red honey, you probably have echoes to spare. But anyway, nothing to hide, we're good. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than a moldy ship's biscuit. And they're no longer suspicious of us at all. Wonderful. Collect our messages. Hand over the cargo. Same payment as last time. I will eventually talk to Mr. Sachs, I promise. There are just a few more places, particularly in the southern part of the Z, that I would like to find first. We really need to start exploring that part of the map more, because we've done quite a lot with, we're pretty familiar with like the northern half of the map at this point. Let's go back to our lodgings, spend time with the family. Probably more Tales of Far Lands, because I think that's what we have the most of, or we could give them the outlandish artifact, which I think would boost it faster, but we need more of those, I think, so we're going to go with Tales of Far Lands. Lose 20 terror. And Z-Fever's now at 10. Okay, we have an officer available, the Genial Magician, who increases veils and mirrors. Sure, why not? Let's see if you're any good. If not, maybe we'll at least eventually do your quest. We're trying here, I promise. Speaking of, while I'm thinking of it, let's give you another strange catch. Nope. Disappointment again. And let's see, our new officer. Veils +6, mirrors +3, but hearts -1. Okay. Although while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to swap back to our other chief engineer, Mapey's daughter. The Monstrous Almanac is the one that needs 7 outlandish artifacts, so yeah, we need to hoard those. The Whispering Trophy case actually requires 7 strange catches, so next time when we're in Irem, I guess we're buying a lot of those. Alright. Working on it. And we have a wound, I believe, so we should rest here. Lost the rest of our terror. Lost the wound. Have 2 restful nights. Cool. We've actually managed to hit 0 terror for probably the first time since we started. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that the Shrine to Stone actually does take a cargo space, but we need it. I really wish it went in with curiosities or something, but... Hunter's Keep End. This is ghastly news. The poor girls. We had warned them they weren't safe, but it had been so long, I thought, well, it's done. Thank you. I will have to look into the matter of a supply post. Okay, we're going to go ahead and give our officer the last strange catch a little bit earlier than I otherwise would, because we need to free up space. And we actually got it. The bandaged poisoneer wants to study butchering at the Chelinate. Okay, we can do that. We know where it is, amazingly. So at this point, a lot of stuff is pointing us south. I mean, more strange catches and stuff from Irem would be nice. And we do need to go to the Chelinate. So at some point, we're going to head back in that direction. But we also need to find the Mangrove College, which is probably somewhere down here. We need to go to Port Carnelian to finish our submarine. And interesting stuff was happening in Visage. And we also need to go to the Salt Lions. So yeah, a lot of things are pulling us in that direction. However, I have been playing for several hours at this point, and I have not gotten food at all today. So, at the very least, I am taking a short break.